Sarah, and this is BudgetSew, where we create stylish, fashionable looks as inexpensively as possible. Today, I'm going to show you my thrift haul. If you like this video, please subscribe to BudgetSew and follow me on social media at BudgetSew. Just a quick note before we get started, the top that I'm wearing was a quick and easy DIY that added a felt applique to a sweater. The link to the video with that DIY is right here at the top of the screen. The first item I bought was McCall's 7026 for 25 cents, an activewear jackets and leggings pattern from 2014. These semi-fitted unlined jackets have yokes, princess seams, side seam pockets, and an exposed front separating zipper. Views A, B, and C have a stand-up collar. View B has contrast sides, cuffs, yokes, and piping. View C has a high-low hem where the wrong side shows, a contrast overlay, and a ruffle. And View D has a hood. The leggings have an elastic casing and stitched hem. This pattern is designed for medium weight knits such as cotton knits, interlock, and sweatshirt fleece, and the contrast in View C should be stretch lace. Views A, B, and C require a 22-inch separating zipper, but View D requires a 20-inch separating zipper because it doesn't have the stand-up collar. To make View B, you'll need an 1/8 of an inch or 3mm piping with lip. You'll need 3 yards or 2.8 meters for sizes 6 to 12, or 4 yards or 3.7 meters for sizes 14 to 22. And the leggings require 1.5 yards or 1.4 meters of 3/4 of an inch elastic or 2 centimeter elastic. This pattern is listed as out of print on simplicity.com, but you can still buy the PDF for $19.95. The website shows that this pattern comes in 2 size ranges, 6 to 14 and 14 to 22. This pattern is uncut and is in the smaller size range of up to 14, so I bought it for my mom. The lace overlay on the back of View C is really eye-catching. The next pattern is for me. It was also 25 cents. It's New Look 6432, a cardigan, poncho, coat, and jacket pattern from 2004. This pattern is no longer available on the Simplicity website, so I'm going to call it vintage. Now, how old does a pattern have to be called vintage? This one is almost 20 years old. I looked up what makes something vintage, and the definition was vintage means old. So anything from 20 to 99 years is vintage, and anything older would be antique. Its size is small to extra large or 6 to 24, and it's uncut with all the instructions. It's printed on the thicker gray pattern paper with the heavy black lines. The suggested fabrics for Views A, B, C, E, and F are wool and wool blends, fleece, and double-faced fleece. View C also in silk and silk types, chiffon, georgette, novelty sheer fabrics, jerseys, double knits, velour, and novelty knit fabrics. The suggested fabrics for View D are fringeable fabrics, such as wool and wool blends. Views A, B, C, and D require one package of 7/8 of an inch or 2.2 centimeter wide single fold bias tape, 3 3/8 of a yard or 3.1 meters of 1.5 inches to 2 inch or 3.8 to 5.4 centimeter wide fringe is optional for View A. 5 3/4 of a yard or 1 1/4 to 1 3/4 inch wide ribbon is needed for View C, and Views E and F require 1 3/4 of an inch button. I really like View E with the big cuffs. The bright red color of the jacket combined with the confident pose of the model sold me on this pattern. I want to make up View E in the same color. Next, I bought McCall's 6704 from 2013. These close-fitting sleeveless pullover tops or dresses have bias neck binding, overlays with narrow hem variations, and stitched hems. The wrong side may show on the overlays. Overlays A and D should be cut on the crosswise grain. The tops and dresses are designed for medium weight, moderate stretch knits, such as jersey and interlock. The contrast overlay and binding is designed for light to medium weight woven fabrics, such as chiffon, georgette, and sequin fabric. This pattern is sized extra small to medium, so this one is for my mom as well. I need a large or size 16, but it's fun shopping for my mom. This pattern was uncut with all the instructions for 25 cents. Next, I have this Ziploc bag of buttons that I bought for $2. Inside the bag were loose buttons and carded buttons, and I was really pleased that there were 2 sets of 30mm blue buttons by Le Vogue, as well as 2 sets of 28mm gold buttons from Le Vogue. These buttons have a coat of arms on them and would be great for a jacket. And then there's these 2 14mm gold buttons also with a coat of arms. These buttons are smaller but have more texture. Also in the bag was 1 card of 3 20mm blue marble looking buttons, as well as 4 smaller vintage lady fashion buttons in gray. Then there's this card of 4 14mm clear Le Vogue buttons and a card of 4 12mm white Le Vogue buttons. There were a few loose buttons in the bag as well. There's 2 large brown and 1 small black button with a basket weave texture. There's also this big silver button that has seen better days that I may spray paint gold. And finally, there's this cute denim button embroidered with a pink flower. Let's move on to fabric. I serged all the edges of the fabrics, washed them, and threw them in the dryer before showing them to you today. The first fabric is this red and white striped woven fabric. There was a small spot of dirt on it, but since I washed it, it's gone. This may be cotton or a cotton polyester, but I'm not 100% sure. When I bought the fabric, it was folded the wrong way, so I thought I was getting 2 meters for $4, but it's actually 3.5 meters long and 112 centimeters wide, so I got more fabric than I bargained for. I'm going to make a summer dress out of this fabric, and I'll open it up for you. I'm going to use Butterick 6663 from 2021 as inspiration for my dress. I bought this pattern from simplicity.com. These semi-fitted tops have an invisible back zipper with hook and eye, and neckline, sleeve, and peplum variations. View A is cut on the bias with purchase bias tape for the armholes. Views B and C have a sleeve flounce with very narrow hems, and view D has flared sleeves. The recommended fabrics are cotton blends, challis, crepe, double georgette, and I think that this fabric will be perfect for it. I like the chevron look of view A, and I'm going to cut the bodice of my dress on the bias and line it up like chevrons, and the same for the skirt. I plan to pair it with a navy blue cardigan and navy and gold accessories for a nautical look. Now there's 1.5 meters of this cream colored eyelet fabric that I bought for $4. I really wanted some eyelet fabric a few months ago for a sewing project, and I remember looking at some of it on the Fabricville website, but I can't remember what I wanted to make. And I'll open up the fabric for you. I have fond memories of eyelet fabric. I remember my mom taking me to a store closing sale at Polka Dot, a fabric store in Exeter. We went from one end of the store to the other looking at all the fabrics marked down, and my mom bought some pale yellow eyelet and pale yellow denim for me. She bought a bunch of beautiful McCall's children's patterns in my size. I think that moment as a child was when I fell in love with sewing. I didn't know how to sew, but all the gorgeous fabrics and patterns opened my eyes to the wonderful world of sewing. Then there's this pale blue cotton fabric with pink roses that I bought for $3. It's Happy Land by Jennifer Paganelli for Free Spirit. There's 1 meter of it and it's 112 centimeters wide. I think that I'm going to use it to line summer hats and bags. It's such a cheerful print that I would love to use it for Butterick 5137 from 1990. This envelope includes patterns and instructions for a backpack, an evening bag, 2 duffel bags, and 4 zippered bags. I'm thinking about making one of the backpacks. They remind me of a backpack that I had when I was in elementary school. The suggested fabrics for the backpack are tapestry, heavy denim, and home furnishing fabric. I have some pretty home decor fabric that I could use and then line it with this fabric. This pattern does not call for a lining, but I line every bag I make. Currently, I'm sewing a Berta Easy Ruffle bag from their 3rd issue of 2022, and I'm adding a lining to it. So this is the fabric, and it just has a white lining. The next fabric is this blue and purple rose fabric. It's a woven fabric, and I'm leaning towards cotton, maybe a poly cotton mix. The tag said that it was 44 by 36 inches for $3, but when I got it home, I realized that this fabric is not square. So you can see it's kind of off-shaped here. I'm not discouraged though. I plan to use this to line a bag as well. I'm leaning towards Berta 7223. This is a Berta Young pattern. It reminds me of a bag that I made for myself from a pair of blue corduroy pants when I was in high school. I didn't have a pattern, so I drew one up myself, and I remember being really happy with the result. I used it every day in high school. The suggested fabrics for views A, B, and C are heavyweight cotton fabrics and denim fabrics, and for views D and E, felt. I love the flap closure and the long shoulder strap, so this purse pattern was exactly what I was looking for. This bag does not call for a lining, but I'm going to line it anyways because I think it looks better. Plus, when I look inside, I'll smile every time I see this fabric. The next item I have is this blue tablecloth in a Jacobean print. It measures 38 by 40 inches and I paid $3 for it. This tablecloth would definitely fit my kitchen table, but I love it so much that I'm thinking about making a bag out of it. I like McCall's 8705 from 1996. This pattern includes great bags to carry it all. Make totes, backpacks, a sling bag, a new take on the messenger bag, and a shoulder bag. Included in the envelope are pattern pieces and instructions to make all the bags. I like view D with a long shoulder strap and ties for this fabric because there's less seams that could interrupt the bold print. I'll hold up the fabric one more time so you can see how beautiful it is. I also bought this gorgeous table runner for $2. It's about 71 inches long and 13 inches wide. It's satin backed with thick gold cord tassels. It looks so expensive and elegant and matches the gold soft furnishings in my living room. I bought it to use at Christmas, but it's so pretty that I'm going to put it on the trunk coffee table for everyday use. This big piece of fabric is a heavier weight cream colored fabric. It has an interesting design created by its texture. I think it's an upholstery fabric because it's twice as wide as regular fabric. It was 3 meters for $6. I didn't realize this when I purchased it, but it smelt a bit musty. When I got it home, I threw it in the washing machine with laundry detergent and white vinegar, and then threw it in the dryer. Most of the smell disappeared, but there was still a hint of mustiness. So I bought some OxyClean Odor Blaster stain and odor remover that says it was for sweaty, musty towels and body odor. I added a cup of it, the fabric, the Tide laundry detergent into the washing machine, washed it in super hot water, threw it in the dryer, and it was saved. The smell is gone. I'm leaning towards making a coat of this fabric, but my mom suggested curtains for my bedroom because this thick fabric will keep out the light and cold, but I'm not sure yet. I think the cream color would look nice as curtains. If I did make a coat or something else to wear, I might dye the fabric. I have more confidence in dyeing fabric now that I've done it before. Let me know your thoughts, curtains or clothing. And if I should keep it cream or try dyeing it. The final item is this Crochet Today magazine from September-October 2011. I really like the downtown hoodie, which can be worn over a top in the fall or under a coat in the winter. This hooded shrug has long sleeves with thumb holes. It's made from Red Heart Boutique Midnight in color 1936 Moonlight. It's a size 4 acrylic wool nylon polyester metallic yarn. I would love to make up this hoodie in a blue metallic yarn and wear it over a dress that I'm sewing. New Look 6345, View A from 1995. New Look 6345 has spaghetti straps, front and back darts, and button sides from the underarm to the hip. I'm making the dress out of a safari print fabric that I bought from Fabricland online. You can see that it's a work in progress, but this is the fabric. There's also the Madison Avenue vest. For work or weekends, this Uptown Girls vest can be worn over a blouse or tee for a close-fitting sexy silhouette. It's made from SMC soft tweed in color number 051 Mermaid. It's a size 4 wool polyamide yarn. I'd love to make this in a pale blue to go with the blue polyester pants that I'm making. I'm sewing Simplicity 5812 from 1973. These wide leg pants have a back zipper and waistline casing. I also like the Art Major beret and cowl. It's a cozy set crocheted with a palette of soft autumnal yarns. It's made from Red Heart Soft in colors wine, honey, wheat, toast, and paprika. It's an acrylic size 4 yarn. I would love to make this out of different blue yarns to go with the blue capsule wardrobe that I'm currently sewing. There's also the Lit Major blanket. It's a plaid crocheted blanket with easy embroidered lines. It's made from Red Heart Soft in colors claret, light gray, and Windsor blue. It's an acrylic size 4 yarn. I hope you enjoyed my thrift haul. Subscribe to BudgetSew for more great videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.